As you might realise, I have been looking after veterans from our town and our county for 30 years. What is disappointing me the most is our local council is not having a parade in our town this year. For me, it is an insult for my 30 years of work for our town. In that 30 years, I've had the privilege for our town to be recognised all over the world. I've actually laid wreaths with the boys from the First World War at the Menin Gates. And one of my veterans had the privilege to do the honours to do a speech on that night. I've been to Arnhem at Oosterbeek to see 200 children looking after our graves of our fallen soldiers, the paras. This I've done with pride. I've been to the American Cemetery at Omaha for 30 years, where I've been recognised by the White House for what I've achieved. And yet we cannot have a parade in our local town. On the beaches of Remembrance in Normandy and the Americans at Omaha, on D-Day alone, they lost 6,500 men that left our county and our country to fight for us. And in Remembrance alone, on D-Day, we lost 3,600 of our young lads from Lincolnshire and beyond our counties. This to me is an embarrassment for what I've achieved. And in Normandy alone, in 12 weeks of fighting, those boys left our shores of England from America, Australia, New Zealand, Canada to fight for our country. This morning at 8 o'clock, I had a veteran ring from Australia that's seen on their website and said how disgusting it was that I could not come to our town with our young lads and our last veterans. In my 30 years, I've lost over 3,500 veterans. I've lost 4 veterans in the last 3 months that I was proud to serve. In the 3 months of D-Day, from our beaches that they parted from to go to Normandy, we lost 26,000 young men. To me, it is a disgrace that we cannot walk through our town with our less few veterans. I know from experience, in the next few months, or even a year, we will have no veterans left, because I've lost all my veterans over the years. And I think it's a shame on the final days of our veterans in our county of Lincolnshire that we haven't got the guts to let our veterans walk through our town on their final day. As I stand here tonight, I was at Scapa Flow a few weeks ago for our town and our people that has lost their brothers in our town. I was upset when I saw the ages of those young boys. 250 went down at 16, 17, 18 years old. I was that taken aback with it that when I came home, I commissioned a sculpture to be sent from our town today to Scapa Flow. So it will be put up there on the Remembrance Day. So I say to our councillors, I am disgusted and amazed that you could not find the time or the effort for my soldiers that gave their lives for this country, and especially our local boys. We lost 16,500 out of our county alone in Normandy. This is what you should be proud of, and you should honour their memories, which I have done for 30 years. So for me personally, that I'm an ordinary person that's tried his damnness to bring our county to the knowledge of our people from throughout the world. I have actually been awarded from the White House of America a gold medallion of the White House. That's what they think about me. I've been in Normandy on D-Day so many times And one year I sat there with my veterans, and a gentleman come aside on me and said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm here to represent Holbeach and our county of Lincolnshire." He asked me all about what I did and what I've done in the years. He got up and shook my hand, and that was Prince William. In my lifetime, I've met the Queen, I've met so many people that thank me, but our county cannot put a parade on for our young lads and our veterans at the end of their day. On June the 5th, I went to Normandy on the 75th anniversary with our children from our county, 60 of them. They laid 16,500 roses on our young boys' graves. One young boy was that keen to go, he couldn't get on our coach, so he got his mother to bring him. He walked up to a grave with a rose in his hand. He put it on the grave, he stepped back 3 paces and saluted that grave. That's what it meant to our young children. And I had the privilege to do this that you will see tonight.
Upside down road.
16,500 roses on our boys' graves. And I had the privilege to go out to sea in my landing craft with a veteran that was there on D-Day to lay 12,500 roses on the sea for his mates that didn't make it to shore. And he told me when he went on D-Day the 7th, he saw all his mates floating in the harbour, face down, that got shot the day before. This is what Remembrance is all about to me, and it should be for our council and our county and our country. I'll leave you with one thought, that I am disgusted with our town and our county for letting you get away with it. Words do not express the way I feel tonight. If they did, I'd get chucked out of this place, because I think it's a shame and disgrace of what you've done for our town. And as long as I live, I shan't forgive you. Thank you.